just landed on the 4th episode of our lockdown series, and I mean, probably slightly biased viewpoint here, but if you haven't checked out the other 3 videos that came before this one, I'll definitely encourage you to go back and give them a quick look. I'm sure you'll find some value in it, but make sure you stay here till the end of this one first, of course. Because today's video we're going to be discussing something quite important. It's why it's so important for golfers to be keeping active during the lockdown. Now, for someone like myself who works in the pro shop, this time of the year, absolutely every year without fail, we hear the exact same excuses coming from golfers who are frustrated with their scores they just shot. They're saying they're mentally and physically drained coming down the last few holes. It had a huge effect on their ability to think clearly, which, as we all know, is going to have a huge effect on course management skills, the ability to think clearly, shot selection. They're saying that they're just making tired, lazy golf swings coming down the stretch, trying to close out a good score. Just totally uncharacteristic. Wasn't like them at all. Not hitting anywhere near their potential. And people are saying these excuses. They have reasonable expectation levels. They acknowledge that no matter how much work they put into their game, they're not going to shoot a great round every time. So they're not completely overreacting here, but they're looking too deeply into it. They start thinking, well, the latest in vogue swing tip I got off my playing partner, that's not working. I'll have to switch to something else next week and blah blah blah, and they just end up in this deep rabbit hole, confused mess. And you're like, well, let's just look at this practically here. Let's not overcomplicate this. It's spring, early summerish. You're back to playing your first 18-hole competition of the year. Throughout the winter, you've been reduced to only playing 9 holes due to daylight restrictions and all that kind of stuff. So now, is it your golf swing that's suddenly failing you towards the last few holes? I don't think so. You're just not used to the extra walk. It's as simple as that. Let's not overanalyze this too much. That's all there is. So, what are you going to do about that this year? For a lot of our situations, we've been stuck at home. We've probably been forgiven for not moving too much or doing too much exercise. The weather has been pretty grim. We're 4 months into a lockdown now. However, us Irish golfers, we finally got our return date to golf. The 26th of April. Big circle around it in the schedule. Can't wait to get back is an absolute understatement. However, normally this time of the year, so many people are absolutely wrecked coming down towards the last few holes. That's that they're playing 9 holes throughout the winter. Haven't even had that this year. So, first of all, expectation levels need to be managed there. If you haven't been doing any kind of exercise, you're probably going to feel it in your legs come towards the last few holes. You're already getting nervous, especially if you're going for a good score. You don't need that extra added pressure to know that your body is about to give up on you. It just hasn't been used. You know what they say, use it or lose it, right? So, but let's not come on here and dish out and be like, oh, you know, you should feel bad for not doing that. And a lot of us are in the same boat. Motivation has been quite low the last few months. Gyms are closed. You can't really do much. But what you can do is take a few easy steps. I'm not here to tell you need to go off and start bench pressing a crazy amount or anything like that. Just make sure you get moving before the 26th. You want to be as prepared as you can, even if you haven't done much up to this point this year. You've still got a few weeks to get yourself in decent-ish shape. That's going to help you contend with the walk a golf course is going to face you with. I think that's got to be the priority at this point. Especially if you haven't been doing much, just get out, get walking. A golf course, it's a tough walk if you haven't been doing much. During a round of golf, if you're walking and playing 18 holes, you're going to hit between 11,000 to 17,000 steps. Now that's going to depend on how long your golf course is, or you know, if you're someone who's slicing and hooking the living daylights out of the golf ball, you might even get a few more steps in there for your troubles. Really get your money worth out of your game of golf there. Or even if you're riding around in a buggy, you're still going to clock over 6,000 steps. And for general well-being and health purposes, you're advised to get between 7,500 to 10,000 steps a day. That's your daily step dosage, if you want to phrase it like that. So clearly, golf absolutely smashes those figures out of the park. But as I said, we haven't even had our 9 holes throughout the winter. So let's get moving, let's get active, let's get doing something. Make it enjoyable over the next couple of weeks before the 26th. Don't want to make it feel like a chore or you're just not going to stick to it. Let's be realistic here. So maybe it just means for you, get out and move a bit more so you're prepared for golf courses. Maybe it's taking the dog on a few extra walks a week. I mean, I've seen so many dog walkers I live in Kilcock, throughout the canal. There's so many dog walkers. We're going to have the fittest dogs in all Europe at this stage to keep us in lockdown for any longer. But on a serious note, get out, get doing something. Maybe throw on your earphones, listen to a bit of music, make it enjoyable. Get out, do something. There's plenty of free apps on your phone you can use to track your steps. See what numbers you're hitting. See, maybe you're close enough to what you would generally walk in a golf course. Maybe you're only hitting 3,000 or 4,000 a day. You need to up the ante, get yourself prepared. Whatever it is, maybe you've got a different idea. Just pick something that's going to fit your lifestyle. Whatever you're deciding to do before the 26th, drop it in the comment section below. Love to hear from you. Love to hear some feedback on the video itself. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, people. Hopefully, if the pandemic is brought to light, one good thing, it's that we should be looking after ourselves better mentally and physically than what a lot of us have been doing. So we still got a couple of weeks to look after ourselves a little bit better, get prepared for a golf course and start shooting some decent scores. And just before I wrap up this video, just going to plug the last few episodes in this series. I'll leave a link to them in the description of this video. Also, we haven't gone super in-depth on golf fitness today. If that is something that you're a little bit more eager to hear about, myself and Keith McDermott, we done a podcast recently, and our special guest was Niels Conway. He resides in the Spawell Golf Academy, the fitness expert there for all things golf fitness. And he talked all things from Bryson DeChambeau's transformation, injury prevention, adding speed, power, strength, all that good stuff. If you're interested in hearing that, I'll drop a link down below in the description box of this video. But until next time, whack the video one of these if you enjoyed it, and hit that subscribe button. Just means you'll be notified every time I release a new video. So thanks for watching. Can't wait to see you all soon on the 26th. Thanks.